Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Vlogs on YouTube, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a review of the Ring Door View Cam. Now Ring, as you'll probably be aware, have been making smart doorbells for a while now, and they're probably the best known brand out there for making these. The thing is, up until now, if you check out the reviews for all the different Ring doorbells on Amazon, you'll find a really mixed bag of reviews with a whole variety of people's experiences. In my opinion, the Ring Door View Cam is probably the first time they've really got a smart doorbell right. In this review, I'm going to talk about why I think that is. Now, the typical Ring doorbell, if you've seen them around, attaches to the outside of your house where your doorbell would usually be, and then it just sits there. This is where the Ring Door View Cam is a little bit different because it requires no new holes, and it also doesn't entirely sit on the outside of your house. So how does it actually fit? Well, the Ring Door View Cam fits to your front door where your peephole would usually be. This means that there are two parts of the device. There's a camera with the door ringer on which goes on the front of your front door, and then a back that goes on the other side of the door. They connect through the hole where your peephole was, and you still have a peephole with the device as well. This is great if you live in rented accommodation or you don't want to make any extra holes on the outside of your house. Installation takes quite a few steps, but actually it's generally pretty easy and relatively stress-free. So let's talk more about spec and design of this device. The Ring Door View Cam works with doors between 34 and 55mm thick and actually isn't that big for the device. The design has silver edges and a black centre with a blue light ring around the button which indicates that you've rung the bell. In my opinion, this design looks really sleek and modern and actually doesn't look too intrusive on your front door. In terms of the inside, it's not the prettiest thing in the world and is simply just white plastic with a silver flap. However, it doesn't look too bad. The camera itself on this device is a 1080p HD video with 155° horizontal and 90° vertical range. This means it picks up a really good range at pretty good quality as well. It also has a two-way speaker system built in, meaning the outside has a microphone and a speaker, and on the inside you connect to it using your phone or Alexa device. It also has the functionality for detecting door knocks, just in case the delivery man isn't clever enough to press the button. It connects to your home Wi-Fi using a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network, although it would be nice to see the faster 5 GHz Wi-Fi on this device. You set it up using the smartphone app, and then you can communicate with people on the outside of a door or watch back video using your smartphone or using an Alexa device. If you subscribe to a Ring Protect plan, then it can also archive the video. You get 1 month free to try it out with the device, and then from that point on it's $2.50 a month. In my opinion, this isn't actually too much to pay, but actually if you just want a video doorbell, then maybe you don't need this subscription. In terms of battery life, Ring actually don't make any claims about how long the battery should last, and this is largely because depending on the settings you have on, the battery will be more intensely used. For example, if you don't have the motion detection on, it'll only record video when someone knocks at your door, and this will use a lot less battery. Likewise, switching off things like HDR and night mode also mean you get more out of that battery. I've pretty much had everything switched on it for a month now, and it only just prompted me to recharge the battery. And so for my personal use, I've got 1 month out of battery use. When the battery's getting low, it sends you an email and a prompt to your app to tell you that it's time to charge the battery. Charging the battery is nice and simple because it just charges via a micro USB cable. This is another one of those things that's nice and well thought out, and because the battery is stored in the inside part of the doorbell, you simply remove the outer cover and pop out the battery. In the box, you get the device itself, a battery, instructions, stickers to warn people that you're recording if you want to use it, a micro USB cable for connecting, and also a spare cable for connecting the outside to the inside just in case you break that ribbon connector. In terms of price, it generally retails at about £180, but Amazon occasionally do offers where you can pick one up for about £140. So let's talk about usage. Once set up, the Ring will tell you how healthy its Wi-Fi connection is. Now, one thing you're going to need to make sure you do when you set it up is make sure that it's reasonably close to your router. You can, however, pick up a booster from Amazon in order to extend your Wi-Fi network if you need to. But it's really important to say that for functionality, you need to make sure it's got a good Wi-Fi signal. In the app, you can also do things like view historic footage, check a live view, share access with others in your household, and tweak a whole variety of settings. So let's talk about those settings. The motion settings let you choose how sensitive motion detection is, and even turn it off and set schedules. If you live with a door close to the street or on a corridor, this detection is going to go off more than you'd really like it to, but it does work really well at picking up motion. If you mute the notifications on your iPhone for motion, it does still record footage, even if you've got that switched off. If you mute the notifications for motion on your phone, it still records the footage, which is great if you want something for security. There's also some new smart motion functions that have just come out. However, I found that switching that on basically stops all motion. The video settings let you choose options including restricting video and audio coverage, turning on live view and night mode. Notification settings let you choose the alert tones and link up any Ring chime devices that you pick up. If, like me, you're a user of IFTTT, then you can also set up your smart speakers, in my case Sonos, to play a sound when a doorbell is pressed. There's certainly a delay between using a Rime chime versus the IFTTT module. However, because the doorbell indicates that it's responding to the person on the other side, this probably doesn't matter and it's only a few seconds delay. The knock detection settings let you set sensitivity for picking up knocks when people don't use the bell that's right in front of them. Then there's settings like volume, location and name, useful if you've got more than one of these devices. When this is all set up, the doorbell behaves like a doorbell. If someone presses the button on the device or knocks on your door, you get a notification to your smartphone or to your Apple Watch or to a whole variety of things that you might have set up with this device. You can then open the app and respond to them, you can use Alexa devices to respond, or you can just open the door. This interaction is particularly useful if you're out and about and you're expecting a parcel and you just want to tell them to leave it somewhere rather than having to go to the depot to pick it up. Once they press the button, there's a circular motion at that light up light that shows them that something is going on. It also makes a sound to suggest that it's connecting to something. This is great because it tells them that the doorbell has worked and that someone is going to respond at some point. The second functionality to talk about is the motion detection. When motion detection is on, if motion is detected, it sends you a notification, allowing you to check what's going on. If you've got a house backing straight onto a street, or even with a tiny area between your door and the street, then you're going to get quite a lot of these notifications, even when it's on the lowest sensitivity. This is because the motion detection is so good, it just picks up everything. However, if like me you do live right on the street, you're probably going to find yourself snoozing that motion detection a lot of the time. One of the things that I found is that video quality is pretty good, even at night, and the night mode comes out really well. Audio to and from the device is also exactly what you hope for, and you can easily interact with people on the other side of the door. One of the main complaints that you read about Ring devices if you go through the Amazon reviews is all around connectivity and reliability. And for me, this isn't something I've had any issue with. I think this is largely because my device is really close to my Wi-Fi, and the only problem I've really had is very occasionally there's a slight lag between trying to connect to the device on my phone and it actually connecting. So, are there any other features to talk about? Yes, let's talk about two a little bit more in depth. Let's talk about the Ring subscription and let's talk about the app. As I said earlier, for $2.50 a month you can subscribe to Ring. This allows recorded video to be uploaded and archived. This means if you get a notification and you can't check it straight away, you can go into the app later on or go onto the Ring website and see what was going on at your house. This is particularly good if you want this device for security as well as it being a smart doorbell, and it's also really useful when Amazon say they've delivered something and no one has actually been to your front door. Of course, if you're not bothered about security, then this feature doesn't really matter. So let's talk about the app. The app is pretty easy to use and it's nice and clear and feels well thought out, especially when it packs so much into it. When you first open it, you can see any devices that you've got, and then you can click into the device, or there's a quick button to snooze it. As I said earlier, if you snooze motion, it still records motion, which is great for security. All the settings seem to be in places that make sense, and being able to share the device with other family members for access is also really useful. All in all, the app is the thing that generally makes or breaks a smart home device, and for me it certainly makes it. The addition of Alexa skills is also a really good thing to have, especially when they just added the audio functionality so you don't have to have something like an Echo Show for it to work. So as we're coming into land with this review, is the Ring Door View Cam any use and should you be buying it? If I'm honest, I was a little hesitant about buying one, especially after reading negative reviews of other Ring products. But actually, whilst it's pretty expensive, it actually does the job really well. It's easy to install, it gives good quality video, and it's nice and easy to tweak and adjust settings. Overall, it's a good device, both as a smart doorbell, but also for security. But who should be buying it? If you just need a new doorbell, then this probably isn't for you. But if you like the idea of having video and talkback features with a new doorbell, along with some extra security stuff, then actually this is probably the right thing for you to pick up. Make sure if you do pick one up, you keep the subscription option in mind, because actually if you don't have a subscription, then it's not really much use as a security device. However, as I said a couple of times in this video, for £2.50 a month, I really don't think it's bad value. I hope you guys have found this video helpful. If you've got any questions about the device, do stick them below and I'll try and answer those. Please give this video a like if it's been useful for you and consider subscribing to my channel. I've put a link to the device if you want to pick one up below, because clicking that link and buying it through me will really help this channel out as well, and it's just through Amazon, so it's nice and easy to do. So I hope this has been useful. I'll see you guys again soon.